10th Biology, Unit 17, Reproduction in Plants and Animals. In this part, we are going to learn the process of fertilization. Fertilization in plants take place after the pollination. Fusion of male and female gamete is called as fertilization. In plants, male and female gametes are produced by the flower. The flower has four parts. The basal part, the green color part made up of sepals, this is calyx. The colored part is made up of petals, that is corolla. The stamens form the male part of the flower, that is androecium. The central part is gynoecium, that is the female part of a flower. The basal part of the gynoecium is ovary, the expanded part is ovary. The middle part is style. The end part of gynoecium is stigma. The end of the stamens have anthers. End of each stamen has anther. The anther produces pollen grains. Pollen grains fall on the stigma. This process is called as pollination. Male gametes are produced inside the pollen grains. Female gamete ovum is produced inside the ovary. Inside the ovary, ovule is present. The ovule, inside the ovule, embryo sac is present. This is ovule and this is embryo sac. Inside the embryo sac, egg develops. This is egg. Egg is a female gamete. Egg is called as ovum. The ovary has basal opening at the ovule. The opening found on the ovule integument is micropyle, and this is embryo sac. Embryo sac has 3 cells. These 3 cells are called as egg apparatus that has egg or ovum. And these are 3 antipodals. At the middle, there are 2 secondary nuclei. There are 2 secondary nuclei at the middle. At the middle of the egg apparatus, egg is present. The pollen grain falls on the stigma. This is pollination. Inside the pollen grain, male gametes develop. A pollen grain has 2 cells, vegetative cell and generative cell. The vegetative cell produces pollen tube. The pollen tube passes through the germ pore. Germ pores are openings on the wall of pollen grain. The generative cell has nucleus. This nucleus divides into 2 male gametes. The male gametes are carried by the pollen tube. The pollen grain germinates when it falls on the stigma, and the pollen tube passes through the style. The pollen tube passes through the style and it carries 2 male gametes. Through the micropyle, it enters into the ovule. The pollen tube passes through the style and enters into the ovule. Finally, it reaches the embryo sac. When the pollen tube reaches the embryo sac, the end bursts and the end opens, and then 2 male gametes are released into the embryo sac. This is one male gamete and another male gamete. These are 2 male gametes. One of the male gametes fertilizes the egg cell and form a zygote. The 2 polar nuclei join and form a secondary nucleus. Secondary nucleus is diploid. because it is formed by the fusion of two polar nuclei. It has two sets of chromosomes. The second male gamete fertilizes the secondary nucleus. The end product is 3N, triploid. Already two nuclei join, that is secondary nucleus. Secondary nucleus is fertilized by the second male gamete. The resulting one is triploid. It has three sets of chromosome. This structure is called as endosperm nucleus. The first male gamete fertilizes the egg and form a zygote. This is syngamy. Second male gamete fertilizes the secondary nucleus and form primary endosperm nucleus. This is triple fusion. What is syngamy? The first male gamete fertilizes the egg and forms zygote. This is syngamy. The second male gamete fertilizes the secondary nucleus and form primary endosperm nucleus. This is triple fusion. In flowering plants, fertilization takes place two times inside the embryo sac. One is triple fusion, so the fertilization is double fertilization. In angiosperms are flowering plants. The fertilization is called as double fertilization because fertilization takes place twice inside the embryo sac. One is triple fusion and second one is syngamy. So the type of fertilization is double fertilization. So after fertilization, the wall of the ovary develops into fruit and this ovule develops into seed. Ovule has integuments. Integuments are walls of the ovule. The integuments, it has two integuments. Ovule has two integuments. The integuments of the ovule becomes seed coat. The integuments develop into seed coat. So after fertilization, the ovary develops into fruit. So these changes occur after fertilization. So they are called as post-fertilization changes. Now let us see the list of post-fertilization changes. That is, changes occur after fertilization. The ovule develops into seed. The integuments of the ovule develop into the seed coat. The ovary enlarges and develop into fruit. Ovary becomes fruit. Ovule becomes seed.